we want to get straight to our transportation correspondent, Kris Van Cleave. He is on the scene, and he joins us now. Kris, what more can you tell us? Specifically, what are you hearing and what are you learning about this person of interest?
Well, Vlad, we're just a few minutes away from the next Montgomery County police briefing, so we expect to get a lot more information here in the coming minutes. But what we are hearing is that police in Maryland are, actively searching for a man who was linked to a shooting yesterday who they think may have some ties to this. And the interesting thing here is that the man they're searching for is a Federal Protective Service police officer. That's a federal uniformed police agency that guards U.S. government buildings. Now, according to the Federal Protective Service Police, this officer has been placed on administrative leave after a protective order was issued against him. There was a shooting yesterday where he's suspected of shooting and killing a family member in the neighboring Prince George's County. We now have two shootings the police are certainly starting to make sound like are linked, the one in Aspen Hill that you were just seeing and the one here at the Montgomery Mall. Now, this was in the parking lot, and right now it's a pretty locked-down police scene. A number of officers here on scene continuing that investigation. The police mobile command post bus is here, and really we're just waiting for an update where we think we're going to get a little bit more clarity on whether or not the shooting yesterday outside of a high school is linked to the shooting in Aspen Hill and the one here in Bethesda. Those areas are in two separate counties, but they're fairly close together, just outside of the Washington, D.C. area, suburbs of the District of Columbia. Montgomery County is a very safe county, so this type of violence is not necessarily terribly common. And when you're talking about now multiple shootings being linked together and the search for one person of interest in all three, who happens to be a federal police officer, this is a very unusual situation.
Kris, what's interesting, what I also find sort of interesting is that we understand that several schools in the area are on lockdown, but that the mall itself, it remains open, and there are shoppers and people in there enjoying their time that might not even be aware of what is happening on the ground there. And just for, you might already know this, Kris, but our viewers do not, that this press conference that we were waiting for from the police has now been pushed back to about 2 p.m. So that's another 20 minutes or so to go, as we see a camera operator there looking into the lens. So, Kris, is that still the case, that they have not asked people to evacuate that mall?
Well, so they don't believe the shooter is still here. It would be a bad strategy if you want to stay at large to be in a spot where you have dozens and dozens of police officers. So the danger here at the mall is past. The Montgomery County schools are in a shelter-in-place situation. And that is because you have a armed suspect who may be linked to now 3 shootings out on the loose somewhere. He is from the area, and so that is a real concern. But I'm seeing police cars in the parking garage here at the mall, as well as surrounding the area where the shooting was. So it is heavy police presence. We understand the mall was locked down for a time. My producer that's out here's family friend was actually in one of the department stores when they locked the mall down. They've allowed people to leave since then, and it's a fairly large mall. This is one of those kind of mega malls. So, while one area of the parking lot on one side is closed with all this police activity, the rest of the mall, it's a sprawling indoor mall. The rest of it should be able to operate just fine. You would have no idea this was going on.
Yeah, Kris, all right, you're there. We're expecting that press conference in about 20 minutes or so. I'm sure we're going to be talking to you throughout the day.